The NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers came to Charlotte Time Warner Arena tonight in search of an easy victory on St. Valentine's Day, but instead went home being the victim of the St. Valentine's Day massacre as the Bobcats rolled to a 109-89 victory. Tonight, Dustin, the game got out of hand early. Although the Lakers got out to a quick lead, though, the Bobcats came back and basically had an easy night tonight.
Yeah, the Bobcats answered back, and the whole talk going into this game was how the Bobcats played against the Lakers. I think they've won 8 of the last 10 now, and the only team that they have a losing record against the Lakers in the NBA are the Bobcats and the Celtics. So they always match up against them well. They got down a little bit early, I think 8-2, but then the Bobcats answered back, made a nice little run, and from there on out it was all Bobcats, up by 6 at the half. Still a close game, but in the second half the Bobcats just took over and dominated.
I think one of the big advantages tonight had to go to the Bobcat bench, though. They got a lot of production out of their bench, had a lot of people in double figures tonight, though, but the Laker bench just did not produce and really lacked the fire of a championship team tonight.
Absolutely, and we saw on Monday night when the Bobcats played the Celtics last week, the bench is what won them this game. And at one point in the game, the Lakers had 6 points off the bench, and the Bobcats were at about 30. So Gerald Henderson, 18 big points. Nazi came off the bench, I think had 14 points, playing huge. And I mean, that's just what you need with guys. And when your starters are playing well, when Gerald Wallace has 20 points and 11 rebounds, and you put all that together, the Bobcats are a dangerous team. And I mean, this has to be the most impressive win. When you beat the Lakers, I think it was by 25, 23. When you beat them by that, I mean, it's unbelievable.
I think Phil Jackson set a record tonight for NBA press conference. His press conference lasted less than 10 seconds as he came out and said he was very disappointed in the way the team played, and that's all he would say.
That's all he would say, and Kobe didn't talk, and I was wrong, we won by 20, but Kobe, he didn't even talk, he just left the locker room. And one thing we talked about with Paul Silas after the game is how this team responded. Worst loss of the season at home against the Nets on Friday, bounces back, buzzer beater win in Atlanta on the road against the playoff team, then comes home Monday night and gets the Lakers. I mean, that's how a team answers back if they want to be in the playoffs. Now they got to go back, fly to Chicago tomorrow night on a back-to-back and take on the Bulls. If they somehow can steal that game and go on a 3-game winning streak against all playoff teams heading into the All-Star break, then it could be a nice little stretch coming down into the season for the Bobcats to fight for its last playoff spot.
Dustin, like you mentioned too, a little disappointed Kobe tonight. He's supposed to be one of the leaders of the NBA, but basically ducked his head, avoided everybody. His teammates at least stood up there and took some of the blame, but I kind of think that's a little bit on the side right there of him not wanting to do that was kind of...
Yeah, and we saw Kobe last year when they lost here in Charlotte. I think he only had a couple of sentences to say. Didn't want to give any credit to the Bobcats. Was just mad at how his team played. Said it was all their fault. And tonight he just dipped out and didn't even want to talk. So you can tell he's definitely frustrated. I mean, not only did they lose by 20 here tonight, they lost by double digits or almost 20 points in Orlando yesterday. So that's 2 back-to-back games where the Lakers have really looked rough. And Gerald Wallace pointed out tonight in the postgame, the Lakers this year don't look like the Lakers of the back-to-back defending champions. They look like a different team. They play like a different team. And Gerald Wallace, they look confused out there. So this is a team who's got a lot of problems that they need to find some answers to, and the Bobcats definitely exploited those problems tonight.
Well, I know their coach and players were left scratching their head as they left, though. But on the positive side, let's look after a bad game with the Nets. The Bobcats have a chance to go in with a lot of momentum at the All-Star break after coming back with a huge comeback on the road at Atlanta, getting the win over the defending world champions. If they can get it done against Chicago, that's got to give them momentum coming back after the break.
Yeah, and they're fighting for that last playoff spot. Right now, I think they're behind Indiana, and they got to battle back if they want to fight for this playoff spot. And they want to get in there back-to-back years and beating the playoff teams like the Lakers and the Hawks and possibly the Bulls, who they've already beat twice this year. If they can get that, the team's confidence is going to be at an all-time high going down this last stretch of the season.
Well, that's going to do it tonight from Time Warner Arena. I think we're running out of cords. They're taking the cord up on us right now. He's Dustin Phifer. I'm Dick Cox, Cox Sports Broadcasting. Happy Valentine's Day.